What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Rip City Rundown podcast. We've got a great podcast recapping the first game of the season between the Timberwolves and the Blazers. It was a great game last night. No! Probably one of the craziest stories in Blazer history, maybe NBA history, has hit the internet this morning. Chauncey Billups was arrested for being involved in an illegal gambling scheme. We're going to try to break it all down and give, this is our first time talking about it. Just a few texts of WTF, what is going on? This is insane. That's all we've talked about. So I'm actually super excited to hear you guys' opinions because I don't even know what to think about this right now. West, what was your reaction? You guys were the first person I heard it from. I slept through my alarm this morning. I was going to get up. I was going to get productive. Slept through the alarm. And I wake up to you guys saying oh my gosh, Chauncey. I'm just Chauncey said something stupid. It's a little worse than that.
Yeah. I was driving to work and I got the noti from ESPN that said, I just saw the words Chauncey Billups and I saw the word arrested and I saw the word FBI. And I said, oh my. And that was pretty early in the morning. So I texted you guys and I also texted our other brother because he was at school. So I knew he would be up. And this is what he said. Okay, I'll just go ahead. I think he would be okay with me sharing this. But I go, Chauncey, what in the world? And he goes, bro, what the hell? And then he goes, he sucked anyway. Okay, yeah. Anyway, I just want to hear where you guys were. But there's so many ways to break this down. So I was in the car, I read it, and I was just really disappointed because even though we lost last night, I literally called my dad last night before the game, and I was like, this is the most excited we talked about on the podcast, the most excited I've been for a season probably since 2022. But even you could go back to COVID year after the run. This was a hopeful year. And then it's just the day after opening night, this dropped. So Cody, where were you when this happened? Let's just start there. Let's ease into this.
Woke up at about 8:30 Pacific, and your guys' text for the first thing. Just clicked on the text, opened the picture, saw the notification, the ESPN article. I was shocked. I mean, it just doesn't make sense, man. You are a guy who
last night.
You are a guy in the United States of America, and you make the NBA, something that is so hard to do. Not only do you make the NBA, you win an NBA championship, 2004. Not only that, you are a finals MVP, something that 0.00001% of people will ever accomplish. And you get hired as a head coach, the dream post-NBA player job, with sexual allegations in the background. Luckily, got bailed out on that one.
That's true.
Everything's perfect.
And
then you do this.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
You're in the Hall of Fame as well.
And you're in the Hall of Fame. And then you do this. And it just... it doesn't make sense. Because the first thing I want to ask is just, why? And the only answer to that question, to me, is for money. And it just doesn't make sense.
To be. Here is when people you watch, you associate yourself with, for example, when Cam Newton got in some controversy just throughout his career, he's my favorite athlete of all time. Each time I'm okay, but Cam wouldn't actually do this. There's got to be deeper reasoning. That's where I'm fighting right now. I'm did this dude somehow maybe his brother got into insane debt and he was just trying to help get him out and he got coerced into this scheme? I mean, we're talking about the Italian mafia here. This is no joke. There's chances he could be happy he's arrested right now because he's out. He's now under the safety of law enforcement and he doesn't have to be scared. For all we know, this dude was threatened with his life.
Okay.
However, that's probably not the case. It's probably just an example of, it's just terrible greed, bro.
Yeah. It's either he gambled and other things and needed the money because you're risking all that, like you said, with the Italian mafia, all that, and you're probably just getting a percentage. You're not even making probably a ton of money, but dude, also
it's not even a lot of money, bro.
It came out that Jonte Porter, due to some of financial problems, he was threatened with his life from the mafia to bet on himself. And so I'm not saying Chauncey did. It's just like you said, Cole. It's so hard. You want to not go to bat for your guy, but you want to you don't want to believe it's true. And just for people who are like want some context of what happened, essentially is an illegal poker scheme where over, I guess, the last few years, Chauncey was kind of like the face of this operation, and where people would be lured, like people with a lot of money would be lured to play in these like underground gambling poker games with Chauncey. And the appeal was you get to play poker with a former NBA player. And Chauncey was kind of, he knew that he was doing that. But the table was rigged through different technological things, such as like X-ray vision, like contact things where you could read the cards, and like basically it was rigged, and they would get these people to bet a bunch of money. And Chauncey was kind of a way was being used. I don't want to say being used, because he definitely was aware of it, but he was employed, I guess, by the mafia or whoever this deep lying ring of criminal activity is to essentially lure these people in. On top of that, because Terry Rozier also got arrested, and honestly, this is where I want to start, because this affects us. Terry Rozier got arrested for illegally betting on himself, or it was disclosing knowledge about injuries before it became public. So Terry Rozier would tell people, hey, my over-under is quote-unquote 10.5 points. 4 minutes into the game, I'm going to say I have a calf injury and sit the rest of the game. So people would know that ahead of time. Obviously, sports books wouldn't. And all these people would make a ton of money off Terry Rozier and probably give Terry Rozier a percentage of that. Because, again, greed, I guess. Like, I don't understand why you would do that.
And this is like, these guys are people that are making millions and millions of dollars a year, and this is like $100,000 they're getting. It's right. Insane.
And so in the report that came out, or in the indictment, I guess, was the co-conspirator number 8. And it didn't name who.
That's the deep stuff, yeah.
It didn't name who it was, but it said co-conspirator 8 is most likely a former player who is now an NBA head coach who played between 1990 and 2005, who lives in Oregon. Shocker, that fits Chauncey Billups. And Chauncey apparently, or co-conspirator number 8, I don't want to say it was necessarily him, but it points to him that he was disclosing information in March of 2023 about Damian Lillard being shut down and not playing in a game. And what pisses me off about that is Damian Lillard fractured his relationship with the franchise over getting shut down due to tanking. And in hindsight, a small part of why this dude probably left is because Chauncey Billups was betting on games or telling people he wasn't playing. And Dame was pissed about that, how that situation was handled. And it broke trust probably with Cronin. Now, we'll talk about Cronin later. The other thing is, like, how deep does this go? Do people know Chauncey was doing this? Like, is this a league-wide thing? But just like, we are the, like, when remember last year when we were complaining about how, like, Denny had 37, he took him out with 5 minutes left. Like, why?
Very well could have been involved.
Well could have been a piece of it.
Denny was playing 35 plus minutes in 5 straight games, a random game. He only plays 4 minutes in the first and doesn't really play in the fourth.
And you just feel
cheated. Look back at all these things, and it might relate to it.
Because now, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I want to say, so this has apparently been a years worth of investigation. So this is obviously, I mean, it dates back to 2023, but it probably goes back to even before that. I think it was like 30 or 32 names were involved in it. A lot of them, of course, we have no clue who they are. The 3 that were notable in the NBA was Chauncey, Terry Rozier, and Damian Jones. They said 4 teams were involved in this. It was the Blazers, the Lakers, the Hornets, and the Raptors. The Blazers because of Chauncey, the Hornets because of Terry, the Lakers because of Damian Jones, and I'm pretty sure it's Jonte Porter because of the Raptors. I genuinely believe that this was so kept under the wraps. If this was a year's worth of investigation, I have to think that, I know everyone's saying like, oh, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think it is the tip of the iceberg, but it's the tip of the iceberg for the people involved. I genuinely don't think there are going to be many more big time names involved in this, because I think they would have already been on this list of criminals. So Joe, like,
Can I say
Joe
something?
Cronin, if they like, why would you extend Chauncey if this is a thing? Like, Joe Cronin probably feels extremely betrayed right now.
Well,
and this makes me like want to support Joe Cronin even more.
As do I. I think just again, man, why? Like, it's the reputation for it's your family name. It's the grind to bring your team together these last 4 or 5 years, all these players, all the practices, all the workouts. What do you think Young Hunts feels right now? What do you think
Yeah, he's like,
Tumani Kamara feels? What do you think Denny feels right now? Klingon, everyone on the team, every single player on the even players from last year and the year before that were coached under his name. Simons, like
yeah,
Scoot Henderson. I can't.
Oh my gosh, my brain is
lost of words. I can't believe it.
Yeah, my brain is going in so many different directions right now. We're doing this podcast an assumption that he's guilty. Like in the legal system, it's innocent till proven guilty. And maybe if he somehow is innocent and this podcast ages like milk, but I think we have very fair reason to think he's guilty because
he's arrested.
Dude, the NBA wasn't even involved in this. That's how serious it was.
Thank you. That's my question. This is a multi-year investigation. How does he coach an opening game and 12 hours later he's arrested? You don't think the NBA knows anything about this? Because I find
that's some weird timing. That timing is off.
The NBA definitely
I genuinely think
the NBA definitely was aware. They've done investigations, and on top of that, what pisses me off about the NBA in sports in general, and this is the bigger problem, is everyone is like just inundated with gambling. Like even our sponsorships has been Underdog or BetUS, and like we've gambled on Prize Picks. Like we
playoff commercial.
Like, we have never done this, like obviously, but you I'm not going to say how or why or anything, but you guys know when I say it is possible that we could reach out to people, right, and get information about injuries. We could. And that's basically what this was. Like what if we had reached out to, a friend of a friend of a friend that we know. I'm not going to even explain how that's even relevant to us, but I really wanted to, I could do that. I could be like, they could be like, we could have known that Ayton had an ice problem prior and then go bet on the, like, it's just scary that it happens all the time. And that's what I think the tip of the iceberg. Now, will the NBA do anything about it? I don't know, because they're so compromised with all these lucrative contracts with betting companies. And then the NBA is going to have a stain because, like, this is. You think the NBA liked this after that opening night, after the Wemby 40?
Dude, I'm saying
opening game. Everyone's just going to talk about the Blazers, bro. You thought the Jailblazer era was bad? The Jailblazers were upstanding citizens.
The Jailblazers are back. And that's just what you see around the NBA, all these commercials. Like I saw an Underdog commercial on opening night.
Dude,
I've seen
ESPN is talking about the Chauncey Billups thing, and they're like breaking Chauncey and Terry Rozier arrested for illegal gambling. On the bottom of the ticker, it's going through the games, and it says like it said OKC versus Pacers, over under this, spread this, and in the bottom right it says ESPN bet $10 and get $300 in free bonus bets. Wow, and they had to take it off in the middle of their segment because they're like, wait, this might not actually look that good. It's just so common in today's world. And here's the thing, though. I was listening to someone talk about this earlier today. I can't even remember the name, but they were like, the NBA is, yes, it's run by Adam Silver, but Adam Silver just like reports to the owners. And so like the NBA is really like pretty much run by the owners. Like that is where all the money comes from. And Adam Silver, according to the owners, is one of the best commissioners ever because unlike David Stern, Adam Silver is very good at making money. And for the most part, anytime something big is happening, he's kind of like shoved it to the side and been like, hey, this is kind of good for business, though. This is getting people to talk about it. So like these owners are like, we'll take maybe one controversy here and there if it means we're still making all this money. So to be honest, I don't know if the NBA is going to do anything about this because they clearly haven't been doing anything about the aspiration thing with the Clippers. So I don't know.
What do you think, assuming he's proven guilty, what is the punishment? What will happen? It's obviously he's going to be fired if he's guilty. I mean, even if he's not guilty, he's probably going to get fired.
I think the NBA is putting him on leave right now, and like, so we really can't do anything. But like, dude, get this dude away from us, bro. It's like, it's just so disrespectful to the players, the fans, the community. Like, this is a guy that was one of the faces of Portland.
Yeah,
and it's like, I don't care if like, I don't care if you're like, okay, of course I care if you're guilty or not, but like, There is a
No,
0.001% chance that you did nothing and you truly were forced into this. But you did something along the line to get involved in this.
I think like I at this point I don't care what happens to Chauncey. Like I care about the players, and I care about the team, and I care about the fans, and I care about anyone who works for the Blazers. Like, who knows? Like, the other piece of this, which I want to talk about later because I have some things I want to say, but like the whole ownership piece now is like we're in the process of a sale. Like, it's been agreed upon, but it's not finalized. So that's another thing. But this was, going back, this is what Brian Windhorst said on the Rich Eisen show. He said, Damon Jones, who's the other assistant coach, and Chauncey Billups use their positions as coaches of teams to tell people who may be available what appears to be Damian Lillard and LeBron James, potentially also Anthony Davis.
That's unbelievable.
Also, he talked about how the sports books caught the irregular betting on Terry Rozier the day it happened. Rozier didn't play the rest of the season, and he had faked the injury. So it wasn't because of the injury the NBA had pulled him. And so
it's crazy, bro.
But to me, what that tells me is the NBA knew about it, pulled Rozier. They caught the irregular betting. They did an internal BS investigation, and then he was going to play this year. Like, that's why I think. But so it's like the NBA is going to fully cooperate with the FBI. So if the NBA is fully cooperating with the FBI, which is what they said, I promise you the FBI didn't find something out at 2 a.m. Like, I guarantee the FBI knew last night that Chauncey was guilty. So why?
But I think
night.
Why is he coaching?
They probably. I mean, to be honest, they probably were like, let's make a statement because they realized how serious this is, and they were like, let's do it right when the NBA season starts. So it's like
maybe
really, really big. Like, you know, I mean, for all we know, it's like the FBI is somehow like making it political or something. Like, that's, I mean, all those things are in fact can be factored in. Going back to what you said, Cody, like, what is his punishment, bro? Like, there's like
you're looking
I don't
at
know
lifetime ban.
I don't know the series. It's like, is this man gonna be in prison for 20 years? Like, he could be, bro. Like, I don't know how serious this is.
I mean,
feel like
it's money. It's not like you're killing someone, but
but when you get with the mafia, dude, like, yeah, it is deep, man.
I mean, the mafia. Do they kill people for money on the life?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
So
I mean,
it's crazy.
They have a history of doing so. I couldn't tell you in the current day.
Well, obviously, we are all off the Chauncey train at the moment, and honestly have been for a while. I mean, look, when he was first getting hired, we were talking about these sexual allegations that he had in the 90s and 2000s, and it's just like,
and we were giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Well, I think, you can grow as a person, and if you do a crime, I think people learn from mistakes. But twice, and like to this degree, the second time, it's unbelievable, man. And like, it just sucks for the Blazers too, man. Like, every practice we've done this summer has been under him. All these plays, everything, the chemistry, the defensive scheme, the style, every ounce of practicing we have done. Well, technically in the last 5 years, but the last year in particular with this new team is under Chauncey. So it's just like the Blazers' performance as a team as a whole, it's going to be unorganized now. It sucks. Like, really, honestly, this is the worst news you could have. It's the most obscure news we could have gotten this morning, but it's like, I almost would you rather tell me someone tore their ACL than this happened, because it's like that bad in terms of what this is going to do to this team.
People were like, you're going to pay Damian Lillard $14 million to sit all year. Am I glad Damian Lillard is on the Blazers? Because you talk like leadership wise, like you need players, like you need Dame and Drew. Like, I'm sure they had like a meeting today and they canceled media availability because you literally.
What are you gonna say?
They're probably what's going to happen is Joe and maybe Dame will say something. They're not going to let anyone speak about it, and it is tough because like Chauncey, by all reports, like has the locker room. He's a player's coach. He goes to bat for his players. Like, he's a personable guy. Even like Blazers media likes him. Like, he was friend. It just goes to show, like, you just never know what people are doing. You just never know, and it's really unfortunate. But not to put his name through the mud anymore. I mean, this is just facts. So I'm not even trying to bash the guy, but I want you to listen to these stats. Chauncey Billups has a coaching record of 117 and 212, a winning percentage of .356. He never coached the Blazers to the plan in 4 seasons, and he is the 6th worst coach of all time with at least 300 games. All time.
I love their
It's just-
team
it's-
yesterday, but I'm not
Exactly.
taking
No, I
recency
still love
bias.
the team. I love the team.
there's two things that just like piss me off the most. It's one, it's like from a basketball selfish perspective, I'm like, of course this happens. We're right when it's like I think we're finally seeing like the
Exactly.
quote unquote Chauncey vision.
Oh
Like
my
that was
goodness.
such a fun game to watch last night, even though we lost. It's like these guys were flying around, so much defensive intensity. Like it was like that was so
And
fun to watch.
They can still do that.
And of course they can, but it's like it's more so it's like for Chauncey, it's like if maybe on the chance that like he got too deep into this and didn't want to be into it, because for all we know, like he got into this 5 years ago, and like for the last 3 years, he was like, "Dang, I really regret this." And of course, that's no excuse, but it's like it's just worth mentioning. The other thing is, I'm gonna say I doubt, like I was saying earlier, I don't think any other Blazer knew this was going on and knew that what was going on in Chauncey Billups' life like this.
Poor young Hunson's
But
first
the
game.
problem is that we don't know that. So you want to know what sucks is like over the next weeks and months, I guarantee all these Blazer players are going to get investigated here and there by the FBI, which the FBI should do because it's a big deal. But it's like that is so unfair to all. It's just, again, that's the thing I come back to. It is so selfish and unfair to do this and put this type of drama and just drama on a team that you were coaching and a community that supported you. It's
Everyone's worked so hard, and I feel like you said it best. The fact that it's happening now from a basketball selfish standpoint that wants this team to do good is so unfortunate because the Blazers looked so good yesterday. In fact, they looked the best yesterday they have looked since 2021. And I mean that. And sure, it's just one game, but like
Did
it really looked that way, man. Like we took the Timberwolves, the team that got
Let all
third,
in.
fourth place last year, to the very end. Edwards had his night, but like as a team, we played with pace, we played with hustle. Defense was great against such a talented offensive Minnesota team. And it's like I went to bed last night like, wow, even though we lost, I'm happy right now. Like this is a good time to be a sports fan of the Blazers.
Dude,
I can't wait.
did you
It's
see
a great
what
season.
Did you see what I commented on the Trailblazers, the final score post? I
Yeah.
went on the Rip City Rundown page and I go, they got 142 likes. Cannot wait to watch this team the rest of the year. That was some high quality basketball right there. Haven't been this excited in years. And a ton of people liked it because like that was the feeling leaving. I don't think anyone left that night disappointed. And it's like, it's just a slap in the face.
That's
Dude,
what it is because there was no there's no warning. Like if the NBA did an investigation, then they swept it under the rug and they cleared Terry Rozier to play again. And I guess like Chauncey, they had no idea. Or they cleared it up. They swept it under the rug. Like it wasn't like Chauncey Billups is being investigated into this, and you can like it was literally just arrested. And
He's
literally
arrested.
12 hours prior, he's doing a press conference. Which, by the way, did you see that quote in the press conference where he said something last night? I let the chips fall where they may. Jeez, Chauncey.
Oh my
Jeez,
God.
Chauncey, it's literally in your
Chauncey.
vernacular now, bro. I
So
mean,
bad,
he probably
dude.
was, yeah. But also, I mean, just like literally as we're recording, it's almost 5:30 Pacific time. He just got released from his
Assault.
court, like whatever,
Well, guys.
wherever he was, and it's just like, dude, like that man is in cuffs and he looks like a criminal. Like that is insane. It is insane to think about.
He is a criminal, actually.
Yeah, I know, but like,
Um,
it's just,
not that there's any positives from this, but the one I will say is for the Chauncey haters, he's finally gone. He's not technically gone. He's not technically fired. He's technically still the Blazers head coach, but we all know that 99% chance that will not happen. So for the Chauncey haters, he's gone. And we said before he got in his extension, I think we all agreed that we're ready for him to move on. We'd rather have a new coach. But then when he got his extension, we weren't like depressed or anything. We were like, all right, we'll run it back. Obviously, it sucks that we went through the whole summer of training and everything like that with him under the coach. And now that the season's starting, this has happened. But
I mean,
for the Chauncey haters, he is gone. So I will say that.
These are professional. I'm very curious to see how they respond tomorrow in the Warriors game. But like these are professional athletes, and coaches get fired all the time. So I feel like we'll be fine. And you can talk about.
I hope so.
Twitter, but there is, I think, like there's going to be a distraction because every question they're going to get asked for the next month is going to be about this. And then like you also like if you're Dame, like you're back and you're a professional and like you love the city, but like you were like Denny, like you're on the like Denny's on the team, like that. I feel like there's just trust lost there when it comes to a coach, and obviously like Thiago Splitter's not going to do that, and like you're going to start building that trust with a new coach, but there's like some transition time there. Like I would not be surprised if we stink it up the next few weeks.
I think from a basketball perspective, like Thiago Splitter's probably going to end up being a better coach. Like he was under the Pop, he played for the Spurs under Pop. He had a ton of success coaching overseas recently, but from like a personal, like from on the basketball perspective, I don't think anything bad is going to happen from
It's a good move on the basketball perspective. In
from
my
a
opinion,
personal
like,
level for
level,
everybody involved in the Blazers. Like this literally is just like if something like this happens, like I personally would be like, if I am, for example, I'm just going to say like Shaedon Sharpe, I'd be like, man, I really just signed an extension here for 4 years. Like, is this what I'm gonna have to deal with for the next 4 years of my life? Like, maybe I shouldn't. Like, it literally like makes you think for a second. Like, do I really like want to be involved in this? Everything that's going on. Like, I just want to play basketball for a living, and my coach is now going to prison probably.
Can I read the March 24th game thing?
Yeah, sure.
So it says on or around March 24th, 2023, the Trailblazers played the Chicago Bulls. Prior to the game, the Blazers' record was 32-40, and the team was out of playoff contention with 10 games left. Prior to the game, co-conspirator 8 told the defendant, this person who I guess was going to bet, that the Trailblazers were going to be tanking to increase their odds of getting a better draft pick in the upcoming draft. Co-conspirator 8, which is allegedly Chauncey, told the person before the news was publicly announced that several of the Trailblazers' best players, including player 1, I'm assuming that's Dame, an individual whose identity is known to the grand jury, would not be playing in the March 24th game. The information that the Trailblazers would be tanking and not playing player 1 was not available to the public, including the betting companies. So, and I listened to someone go deeper into that game. Apparently, in the morning, Dame was probable.
Yeah.
And the line reflected like Dame being like going to play, and the Blazers are probably minus 3.5. And then before public knowledge, Chauncey or whoever this person was, whoever it was, assuming it's Chauncey, told these people, probably in exchange for a cut of the winnings, that Dame's not playing or player 1 is not playing. I got to stop using names. Player 1 is not playing. And the line probably went to Bulls minus 2.5, but it's not yet because no one knows. So it's kind of like, it's basically like you getting it's like if Oregon next week, it's like if we played Indiana at home and we knew Mendoza was going to be out, but the line reflected him playing. Like it's just blatant cheating.
Yeah. And honestly, like this, of course, all started with greed. How many
prize picks have I lost on that? Like I know I probably bet on Terry once or twice. Terry cost me coin.
It could have been like Chauncey obviously started this because he was extremely greedy and he was looking for money. But like, I wouldn't even rule out the fact that like maybe he was getting paid by the mafia for a year, and like then they started threatening him and was like, okay, well now you're in with us, and like if you don't do this, we'll kill you or something like that.
The wrong people, like, man.
That could be something that's going on too. And I mean, I think I listened to that same video you were talking about, and they were saying like, yeah, it was Dame was out, but Nurk, Ant, Jeremy was out.
That was the game Shaedon had like 30. That's when. And then also Shaedon was scoring like 30 a game because we were sitting all those dudes, and we were like, Shaedon legit. And now like that's another thing. It's like Shaedon averaged 30 in that stretch. Like maybe on the flip side, like Shaedon's upset, but maybe like it's always like the transit problem. Like what if like Shaedon's averaging all those points because Chauncey is sitting these guys on purpose, and now Shaedon's gonna get a 4-year $80-something million deal because he was able to put up those stats. It's just when you take the integrity, like I'm not saying that's the case. When you take integrity out of the game, like it's the wild, wild west, man. And it's an entertainment product. Like I get it. Like, but these pro leagues, like the NFL is like they're just never going to beat the rigged allegations now.
All the like Instagram comments throughout the last few years of the Blazers. Rigged. Oh, Chauncey completely threw that game as a joke. But it's not really a joke.
Crazy, dude.
It's depressing, man. Everyone here is grinding. This is their dream to play basketball, to win. Everyone in the organization is doing their job. And to be this much of a snake, this rat underneath doing all of this, this is like the craziest day since Dame got traded out, or since Dame came back, probably.
The thing too is like going back to what I was talking about with all these gambling companies being involved, like the NBA and pro leagues in general, but mainly the NBA have like, there's like a thing around gambling. Like these people, every team on the road, they fly their plane, like they fly together and they play cards, they gamble. Like they probably on road trips, they're going into the city and like gambling and going to clubs and stuff. Like that's just what they do.
But I think Chauncey was betting on us to lose, like you said. And that's the part that hurts.
I understand that,
Here's
but like
if you're betting for your team to win, sure, that should still be illegal. I don't think any players or coaches should get involved with gambling because they have inside information and it's cheating. But like, if Chauncey like gambled so much money for the Blazers or something to make the playoffs, a gamble for his own success in a way, I would kind of view that as like whatever, still illegal, but like I would at least like respect it more. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, but my
we were doing that while he was tanking.
I understand, but my point that I'm making is like people within the organization or around the league like probably knew that Chauncey liked to gamble because it's just a normal thing to do in the league. Like these people are like playing cards, like gambling a ton, like all the time. Like you even like the biggest conspiracy theory in the whole league are the best player, the GOAT, apparently had to leave the sport because he had gambling problems and had to go play baseball for 2 years. Like this has been a thing for forever, and so it's like people are so desensitized to gambling and betting that like I think that people in the organization knew that Chauncey like liked to gamble for sure. Did they know he was tied to the mafia? No, I really don't think Joe would have given him an extension if that was the case, if he was privy to that information. But like, sure, like betting against the Blazers and doing that will get you a lifetime ban and all that stuff. And it is disgusting that you would do that because there's an integrity part of the sport. But for me, like I almost view the part of like luring people and taking that's the one that is killing me, dude.
Like the Blazers one and throwing games here and there, like that is terrible from a sports fan's perspective. That is awful. That like hurts the integrity of the game.
Right.
You are just an asshole. You are a terrible person to do what the poker thing was. Like to lure people, I don't care how rich they are, and basically it's just like you know what you're doing. You know that they're about to lose an exorbitant amount of money when you do this. And again, Chauncey Billups from 6 months ago or from 3 years ago might have been this terrible person that wanted to do that. Chauncey Billups, as of 3 days ago, might have been like, holy crap, like this is like so much worse than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was just getting in with like these random people and I thought I was going to make a little bit of cash right there. Still greedy, still terrible. But again, like that's the thing that scares me so much is like, yes, this is Chauncey Billups involved, but like the Italian mafia is that's worse than the cartel, bro. Like these are serious people. Like I went to Italy this summer.
Wow.
People, the cruise directors, when we were like getting off on days, they were just like, hey, make sure to stay close to like your group and like just don't go wandering and stuff. I don't know if that's because it's like, I know at one point someone mentioned the mafia, but it's like, I don't know if that's exactly what they were talking about, but like the fact that is on people's minds when you're there, it's like, this is a serious thing to get involved with. The reason the FBI is probably so serious about it is because it's like, they can't have this like getting infiltrated into our society, like more than it already does. Like this is bigger than basketball. That is one of the more disappointing parts of it.
It sucks. Yeah. It's this little franchise.
Sucks, man.
Pacific Northwest. Like, why can't it be the Knicks or the Lakers? It has to be the Blazers.
Look, the Lakers are so involved,
bro.
Like the Lakers are involved because, like,
dude, can we
yeah,
talk about how it's the Hornets and Blazers, like the two teams. I'm a Blazer fan and I live in Charlotte. It's dude, like,
how about
all my friends? I'm like complaining about it to my friends, and they're like, "Oh well, we're involved too." So,
well, I will say the GM best move of the decade is the Hornets getting a first for Terry.
Right before this went down, yeah.
They probably, but that is like, they know, like, that's the thing is like, when gambling is so prevalent in the society of the NBA and betting companies are a ton of even the NFL, dude. Like before the Sunday night game, they cut to freaking Jason Garrett, whatever his nickname is, what's the clapper? They cut to the clapper, and he's like, "Here's my parlay. I'm going Justin Jefferson, 55 yards." It's like, I don't care, dude.
What's his name? MPJ, his brother, right?
Now
he's involved in this, I'm pretty sure.
Well, he is.
Okay,
but
he was like betting against himself, I think.
He was betting against himself.
No, yeah.
But it came out that the mafia had threatened his life.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's.
But that doesn't make it right, because he was in gambling debt to begin with, and that's why they were like, "Here's your out." Like, he was probably in debt to them or to someone related to that through gambling. But there's the video going around of Porter like banking in that 3 at the top of the key, and everyone's like, he was scared for his life when he made this.
He's like,
so bad, dude. How many people do you think have done that once? Like, how many
bet against themselves?
No, like, you're a coach and you text your friend that LeBron's not playing.
Okay,
I'm sure that's happened before a lot.
But like, the worst part,
and they just do is like a one-time
poker thing. The poker thing's the worst part that you said about.
I understand.
Like actively scamming.
Okay, I understand that. That is a federal, international FBI case. Like, the Terry Rozier one is being lumped in too, but to me, like, the NBA could have just taken the lead on that one, and they didn't, which is why that's another problem to me. But like, yes, the poker mafia, like that is like international criminal activity. I'm just talking about like, how many times do you think a coach or like someone with the team texts their friend and be like, "Yo, LeBron's not playing. Put $10 on the Lakers," because you're not going to flag a $10 bet. Like,
I'd be curious. I don't know. That's a good question. I would think it probably happens, but at the same time, I'm like,
it's crazy, dude.
I feel like these people, like, there's got to be integrity in the world somewhere.
There's no integrity, dude. There's none. There's no integrity, because unfortunately, like, even like I was talking to my mom about it. She was like, "What?" She had no idea what happened. She thought like Chauncey said something dumb, or like she thought people were mad because we lost last night. I was like, no. But what did she say? She was like, so there's just no like love of the game anymore. And I'm like, I mean, there is, but like, Adam Silver is literally going to lose. Like, his job is to make money. I can't blame the dude. It's like, want to make money for the owner, so he keeps his job. Like, I'm sure if Adam Silver had it in his way, he would like make money and grow the game naturally and for the love of the game. But like, unfortunately, our world revolves around the dollar, and like, that's what your success is defined by the world. And so, like, sorry to get super deep, but like, if Chauncey's in legal trouble or in financial trouble, like, he's in trouble. And I'm not, in no way is that okay what he's doing, but like, you can start to see why people would do this. Like, greed is a real thing. Like, Chauncey,
gambling.
Like Cody off the top, Hall of Famer, NBA champ, Finals MVP, NBA head coach now, have millions of dollars in the bank, making millions of dollars. Like, and that's why it's so brutal for the NBA, because this isn't a two-way Jonte Porter player. This is like
that's the thing.
Top. I don't know where Chauncey is in the all-time list. But this is a dude that is a champion, dude that ended the Laker dynasty. Like, this is a dude that was the face of like an iconic team. And it's like,
yeah,
you're just losing so much credibility. And then like, Adam Silver is going to be like, well, it's more eyeballs. Bad press is good marketing. And it's like, or like, we condemn this activity. Like, we fully cooperate with the investigation, but we're still going to take the millions of dollars that DraftKings gives us and shove it down the public's throats. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when you make gambling that accessible for the general public, like, people at the top of the chain, have all the most power, are going to rig it and find ways. There's loopholes in every situation.
That's just life in general. Because like, even the public, like, we're all victims. Is like, my life wasn't affected by the Blazers losing. Like, of course, I want us to win. Like, I'm not going to call myself a victim, but like, the Blazers, it's very possible the Blazers lost games because of what Chauncey was doing. And then also, like, when people give information about injuries, like, and I don't gamble anymore because like,
yeah,
like, when lines, I don't. Okay, like, I don't even know. Like, I told Cole to put money on the Timbers last night, but I mean, you can keep that. I haven't paid you for it. Like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
It was more for me just to claim that I got it right. But like, people when they gamble on normal lines, like just your everyday average person who gambles, like everyone knows gambling is bad for you. That's why they have the hotline thing all the time. That's why they like call this number if you have an addiction. And yet the NBA is going to these sports leagues and people in general are force feeding you it because they want you to do it because they know you're going to lose money, and the betting company is going to make a ton of money, and so then they can pay the NBA for sponsorships because they're still in the green because all these public people are losing money left and right. Then the people who are getting paid by the betting companies as sponsorships are now having an unfair advantage because they have insider information. Like,
it's funny.
We've promoted gambling.
We have,
before, so.
But guess what?
Yeah,
we haven't.
No, okay. Well, about gambling, I think a little gambling's fun, but like eventually, but it's like alcohol. A little alcohol, like look at your.
That's a perfect example. That's
fine, but you can get to that level where it's just too much.
This is water, by the way.
Okay. Overall, it's probably bad. For
Hashtag not sponsored.
I do want to transition to the Blazers in general. So if you guys have any last Chauncey stuff, because I do want to talk about that game.
Well, I just think it was super duper easy for him to disguise all this stuff because like we just thought it was tanking. Like when Denny was cooking that one game and he took him out with like 5 minutes left, we were like, dude, what is he doing? This is so stupid. But we were like, oh, I guess he's just tanking. It's like no big deal. So that's all I got. I don't know. I do think
fair. According to this quote, or according to this tweet, this person goes, to be fair, Chauncey is the only coach in the league who I believe could genuinely make such a stupid choice with no ulterior motive. Brutal, man.
Let's just
we can transition.
We will finish there. Tiago Splitter is going to be our new coach. I think he actually probably will be a pretty good coach. I can't say anything more than that. Let's just talk for a little bit, just to close this out, about kind of why we do this podcast. Why do we do this podcast, guys? Because we like basketball, and we like Blazers basketball. So let's talk about the basketball, okay? We're 42 minutes in, and we haven't talked about the freaking basketball.
Well, I think that's
I love the basketball.
Super freaking fair, by the way.
Golly, dude.
No,
like,
I really, Chauncey. Like this, I'm sorry, in 50 years, we're going to look back and be like, trivia question. What coach was 6th worst all time and got banned from the NBA for life? Is it
Chauncey
A,
Billups.
Pete Rose? Is it B, Chauncey Billups?
All right, so about last night, we obviously lose 118-114.
Yep.
I think the sticking point for me in that game was we're up 1, transition 3 by Drew Holiday. It doesn't go in. I liked the shot, though, but that kind of was when it was like, ooh, that hurt. Anthony Edwards, of course. I think my biggest takeaway, I put it on Twitter, the biggest takeaway from the game is 2 takeaways. One, the energy and the vibes in the arena and everything was awesome. So much fun to watch. When it comes to the basketball, we're very similar teams to us and the Timberwolves are very similar. Long, athletic, can play defense. One has Anthony Edwards, one does not. Correct. We didn't have a guy that could close. And that was literally in our preview. We were like, okay, that's going to be, I think our defense is going to be great. We might struggle to close some games. So
yeah, I agree with you. I thought that for a loss, that was about as good as it could have been. I mean, I thought we were just going to lead the whole way. It's literally between like 2 and 8 the whole game. Like we don't have, and then I texted you this. I was like, we just don't have the offense to like put a team away. And we literally, like you said in the preview pod, said who's going to be our closing scorer. The Blazers made 2 baskets from the field in the last like 8 or 9 minutes of the game. It was that, and we just got to the line a little bit. And yeah, they had Anthony Edwards. We didn't. But what I was really impressed with was the energy and the hustle and effort. And not to go back to what we're talking about and project, but I think that's something you can. I don't think you need the head coach to do that. I think you can. Tiago Splitter's been on the bench. I think they can come out with the same hustle on Friday or tomorrow against Golden State. But what I loved, my main point before I throw it back to you, Cole or Cody, if you have your thoughts.
Well, I've just got something to say real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, we will get back to the basketball because Chauncey Billups just released a statement live in the pod. Not him talking. It's a statement from Chauncey Billups' attorney, excuse me.
All right.
They go from Chris Haywood, attorney of Chauncey Billups. Anyone who knows Chauncey Billups knows he is a man of integrity. Men of integrity do not cheat and defraud others. To believe that Chauncey Billups did what the federal government is accusing him of is to believe that he would risk his Hall of Fame legacy his reputation, and his freedom. He would not jeopardize those things for anything, let alone a card game. Furthermore, Chauncey Billups has never and would never gamble on basketball games, provide insider information, or sacrifice the trust of his team in the league, as it would tarnish the game he has devoted his entire life to. Chauncey Billups has never backed down. He does not plan to do so now. He will fight these allegations with the same tenacity that marked his 28-year career. We look forward to our day in court.
28?
Well, that just sounds 20, I guess, including coaching.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like pretty typical, I didn't do it.
Here is my, before I jump into my takes on the game again, here is my fear. We have to assume he's guilty, okay? I will say right now, if he goes to court and is found innocent, then I am sorry for what I've said about him, but I don't think we've really defamed his character. We've just been reporting facts. So I don't think we'll look back on this podcast if he's innocent and be like, wow, we wish we didn't say that. Because everything we said about gambling and betting on games is true. That's all bad stuff. Even if he's found innocent, how do you there's no chance he returns as the coach. I feel like the damage is already done, right?
Cody, I have a question. When you hear that statement, what are your thoughts? Are you like, oh, shoot, wait, I was wrong. Chauncey Billups' attorney has just said he didn't do anything.
Well,
we're all wrong.
Well, that's an attorney's job, is to defend their client with every ounce of power you can, and with probably the biggest bucks, because celebrity attorneys are different. Hence O.J. Simpson, but that was
the worst killers in the world had attorneys, and the attorneys were like, even though everyone saw it in front of everybody and it's on video, he didn't do it. He just looked like them.
It's just awkward.
I agree.
It's too awkward. The damage is done. To be arrested that.
Get out of here, bro.
I agree.
Over.
Well, I think anyway, I would have been fine if we let it, you can justify getting rid of him from just a basketball sense. So, but I will be honest, I don't want him to come back as the coach at this point, but I am hoping he is innocent, because that is a terrible thing.
Really
I want him to be innocent, but I don't want him to be innocent so he can come back and coach. There's a difference there.
I mean, to be investigated is one thing. To be arrested,
he got arrested and he had to appear. He hasn't had a court thing.
I saw.
I know, but to get arrested, you need to be.
He got arrested. They were knocking on his door early in the morning. He was arrested. He had to give up his passport. Obviously, can't leave the country right now because you are under investigation. And I think he's on house arrest until his court date or something like that.
Yeah, he can travel to Oregon and to Colorado, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just saw that notification. I was like, oh, pretty big deal statement. But let's talk basketball now.
Yeah. So my biggest takeaway was, I thought in order for us to have, I didn't think we could play such great defense and have such a high pace. I thought we were going to be a great defensive team, but really crunch down on the possessions, make it ugly.
It was more high scoring than I thought.
It was high scoring with elite defense. And it kind of makes sense in hindsight that we're going to try, and I think I mentioned this on the pod, our best offense is our defense, but we were running a lot. And a lot of our looks, I feel like we're trying to kind of do what the Pacers did last year, where it's kind of that randomized offense, that randomized sequence stuff where you just kind of run around, set screens, flares. I feel very rarely we were running actual legitimate, we were probably running some initial sets, a screen, a pin down, come get the ball, Shea, run a pick and roll. But when Dame's out there, Dame is one of the best pick and roll guards ever. You knew it was Dame going to have his look as a three, pocket to Nurk, or he's going to throw a skip to the corner, or pocket to Nurk, skip to the corner to the wing for three, your classic NBA play. But I thought the Blazers had a lot of random, very opportunistic offense, and we didn't shoot it well. I think we'll shoot it better. But I was impressed because even certain players I was impressed with. Blake Wesley was very active. He offers nothing on offense, but very active. Young got postered by McDaniels. That was fun.
He didn't get stuff
by Rudy. Cody, what was you most excited about from the game, or disappointed in?
I was excited about the pace. I mean, that blew me away. Our Habert stat guy said, we had the fastest pace in the league in the preseason out of all 30 teams, which was surprising. Then I watched the game and I was like, wow, not surprising, we were picking up people from half court. We were playing full court defense at times. Not like full court press like a college or high school game, but like we were guarding on the inbounds passes. We were getting gambling a lot, going for steal, gambling, Chauncey.
Gambling, whoa.
Gambling. We were going for a lot of steals and just like, trap, stunt, recover, just quickness on defense. And like you said, the transition, we got a lot of points off transition buckets. But yeah, I agree with you. The offense, it was honestly okay, but like, I see what you mean. It was a little awkward. Like we didn't really have a set play. It was mostly just pass cut, pass cut, pass cut, your turn, your turn. And then if we get a luck, we get a luck. And then I feel like, I hate to call our team floppers, but we were falling down a lot. We had to draw some fouls and get some contact because but that's kind of what bad offenses,
Yeah, we shot 35 free throws.
Well,
Yeah,
I will say we have guys who attack. Like Jeremy was great off the bench, but like Jeremy Denny, like we're attacking the rim and doing kick out. We're attacking the rim like aggressively. I don't think we're foul baiting like outside on the perimeter. Like we're attacking the rim.
Yeah, true.
But it was a quick whistle there in the fourth. There was a couple times I was like, I don't think we got fouled right there. But that's comes with the play style, I think.
When you have a like disorganized offense, I feel like that's what you have to rely on more is driving and getting calls in the paint, which I don't like. We looked okay on offense. I mean, I just hope Denny can hit more threes because he had a lot of wide open
everything.
Yeah, I think a big reason the offense looked good is because Jeremy Grant had an abnormally good shooting game. Like he's not going to play that well. I thought he was awesome though, obviously. And then you have guys like first off 3-point shooting. I mean, we were 13 for 42. If Sharp and Holiday combined to go 4 for 16 from 3, add in Denny, you're 4 for 22. So you're three of your best players shot 4 for 22 from 3. Sharp had an awful game, if we're being honest. 5 of 20. He just didn't look that comfortable out there.
Looked like he was really moving too fast.
Something that I thought was actually pretty fun was, for one, I thought Tumani looked really good. Even I know he was 2 for 5 from 3, but I guess he only started 2 for 2, so maybe that's just mine.
Matisse stretch 2 steals back to back.
Matisse, I thought Drew Holiday looked more like a point guard. I get he literally has been a point guard throughout his career, but like I had a little more confidence in him running the offense than I thought we were going to have, or I thought I was going to have. So that was fun to see. And then like, again, you're missing Scoot, who's a massive piece of this team.
I was surprised how
Rob Will.
I was surprised how good Holiday did, like in the paint on his drives and like
he's a big dude.
Surprised me.
He's a big
guy.
guy.
I mean, if you take out his 1 for 7 from 3, he was 4 for 8 from the field. So 4 for 8 on twos.
Yeah,
it's fine.
She took 15 shots.
Yeah, 5 for 15. So 1 of 7 from 3.
But that's the thing is going back to our offense. Our offense is going to be successful if we just have to keep constantly moving and cutting because we don't have a guy that you can throw the ball to with 5 on the clock and let him work. Like the Timberwolves have Edwards. If we played 20 seconds of good defense, they throw it out to the top. Edwards dances and gets a good shot. Dame would get a good shot. Like I don't think there's a single player on the team. Maybe honestly it would be Sharp, but Sharp doesn't have the pedigree or the history of making those types of shots late in the clock. He can get them off, but they're not going in with regular success. So we just don't have a guy that can score when there's nothing there. Like we have to like constantly be probing. And I feel like offense just feels hard and takes a lot of effort, which comes from you're not getting like easy baskets like where Dame can literally just like come off a screen and pull from 33 because the big sank. And we don't even have to run offense, and it's 3 points. Like now we're like it takes 3 backdoor cuts and a couple good passes to get a clinging floater.
But I think that goes into like the fact that we have to do all that. Like we had 25 assists, like that's pretty good number. That's more than the Timberwolves.
We've typically been very low in assist numbers because
we were definitely we're moving the ball a lot more, and I think that's why the feeling leaving last night was, wow, that was really fun. It was just free-flowing offense.
And just generally remember, like, the Timberwolves guys, one of the best teams in the league last year. Almost made the finals.
No, that's what I was saying. Like, I was thinking, like, okay, well, that performance probably beats the Mavs. That definitely beats the Suns. Like, you probably beat the Warriors if you play like that tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
and you're inevitably gonna shoot. You're gonna shoot better in games. Like, but that's why I think we've all agreed that going this route in terms of your vision of a team, like playing defense does not require a high variance skill like shooting. Like you can play defense every night. Like that's something you can control with your effort. And so like we're gonna be in games and then we're gonna win games because Denny Advia shoots 4 of 6 from 3 instead of 0 of 6, and you're gonna have those games. You just have such a higher floor when you have a great defense.
Yeah, again though, like Denny and
like-
Holiday were very similar.
he
They
looked
both,
active.
they were still good around the rim. They both shot, like Denny shot 6 of 10 from inside the arc. Like Denny knocks down a couple more. Denny knocks down 2 of those threes. He
Yeah.
puts up 26, and that's a 26-7 game. And you're like, oh, he is on the track to most improved player and a possible sleeper all-star. But
Really
he didn't hit
just
shots.
couldn't.
And one thing is, like, I remember remembering this because someone said it. I was listening to like one more preview video for the game. Like Denny played Eurobasket and is ramping back up because his off season instead was much later, was just up until the preseason. Like that was his off season. So
Maybe that's why he was
I think-
leaving 3 short.
yeah, and like Denny started off slow last year. He started off very slow last year, and I mean, still, if 20 points is slow for Denny, then Denny's in for a pretty awesome year. So
Yeah,
again,
I love
like,
the calls he was drawing. That was good. And like, we just couldn't stop Anthony Edwards at the end of the day. Did he get 41 or 45? I mean,
41. 41.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
50% from both the field, and
He's arguably the MVP candidate. Like, he could win MVP.
You cannot discuss. I mean, he went. I think Wemby looked pretty good.
holy crap, Wemby looked insane.
Let's not talk
Yeah,
about the fact
but-
that we could have that guy if a ping pong ball fell one way instead of the other. But
Literally, but a
Anyway,
flag too.
so we put the Warriors on Friday. Talk to me, guys. What do you think? Steph Curry coming to Moda. How do you think the team's going to play after
I
all
think
the
we're gonna win.
news? And I love that. I love that mentality.
But I'll say I think we're gonna win because I think
They're an old team, the Warriors.
that's my thing. Is I think
Yeah, off the back.
is it crazy to say that Anthony Edwards is better than Steph?
No,
I don't think
not
so.
crazy at all.
Like collectively, like Steph's more scary.
I think Steph's better, but
I think Chumani, when it's into the clock, I think at this point in Steph's career, Chumani's gonna have a better Steph's-
Chumani got cooked on that final play.
I mean,
Just saying.
why are we not doubling him? Like, make someone shoot a 3.
Yeah, true.
Maybe
But-
Chauncey had Timberwolves or something. I don't know. Then there's this tweet right here. It goes, it's people like shaking hands, and it's poker players and the Portland Trailblazers, and in the middle, it's getting scammed by Chauncey. Brutal, dude.
God, I was like having so much fun talking about basketball, and then we brought Chauncey back.
I'm
up, and I'm
sorry.
like,
I think we win tomorrow though, because they're an older team, and I think if we're at home, if we come out with that same energy and intensity, I think
mhm.
we can win.
Yeah, I mean, Warriors are old. We're young. They're coming off a back-to-back. We're going to play with intensity. Hopefully the mentals are okay with Chauncey. I mean, maybe you even come out with more ambition. Like, you know, when you have when you're hit, you want to respond strongly. I don't know. We'll see.
It's like a rallying cry. Like this is us now. Like,
I don't know. I'm
interesting.
gonna be so curious because it's not like a guy's injured.
That's
Like
gonna
we're
be
doing
such
this
a
for him. Like
weird-
it's not like we're playing for Chauncey.
no,
Like-
no.
I'll be watching tomorrow, guys.
Dude, like
Me
the
too.
vibe in that arena, dude. Like, because you got Jody there who just doesn't give a rat's ass about anything. And you got Dundon in there who's like, this is the mess I walked into. And you have Joe who's like, is Dundon going to fire me because he thinks I'm involved in this?
Jody doesn't even play for the team or own the team anymore. Like,
I mean,
at least
she
at least
technically
stand
still
up
does.
and
It hasn't been
okay.
finalized yet. Like, did you see
Alright.
last night? It was Dundon
Were they
and
sitting
Joe.
together?
It was Dundon and Joe sitting next to each other, but Jody was in between them.
I saw that. Yeah.
Jody's
So
a bot, dude. She's such a bot. All right, I don't have it. I mean, I could go on for hours about Mr. Big Shot.
Dude, you screw him, bro. Golly.
Um,
Well, I mean, it's
We
funny.
were all
like,
not on the Chauncey train anyway. We all really didn't like him. So.
yeah, it's just it's a bitter because it happened after the first game of the season.
Well,
It's
and
like,
it's also
why could this
bitter
have not
because
happened in
I
August?
feel like this was his vision, and we were low key executing it. And so I was starting to come around on he could be the coach.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
It's just bad because it's like, the vibes were high and the vibes are not high anymore. So hopefully a week from now, they're not, dude.
When we get through the news cycle and Splitter wins his first game, and I'm sure the Blazers will like on social media, like it'll be going crazy. There'll be a locker room thing of Splitter getting his first win, and like the vibes will be back sooner than you think. Okay,
I don't like.
I'm just telling you.
If you're like the Blazers social. Like, if you're just the Blazers, do you just have to, I guess you have to move on and just cut ties and act like nothing happened? Like,
no,
that's how awkward it probably is for Splitter. Like,
it's weird.
Like, you just said they'll probably post Splitter's first game dub in the locker room. Like, will they? Like, that's so weird. Like,
no, but dude, we at work, like we had a situation where on like social media, and like we had to have like 3 meetings about it, and they were like, don't say anything until like more information comes out. And then you just like, your social media is just part of the Blazers brand. Like they're not gonna post. I promise you, they're not gonna do a thank you Chauncey video. I promise they won't. I mean, they will definitely. The angle the Blazers are gonna take on this is get away from it as far as possible, as quickly as possible, and that means like pushing Splitter to the front. It's like what UCLA is doing with their OC. It's like the dude's not even the head coach.
Yeah, I do like Splitter though. I think he could be good. I
already
saw someone put a thread of like his best sets he ran in Paris. So maybe we'll have
he's a
more
pop
offensive
guy, so
creativity.
He's a pop guy, I believe.
Splitter's the one that got blocked by James, isn't it?
It is.
Isn't he?
Splitter did get blocked by James.
Wow, that's
not
crazy,
as bad as not as bad as Jason Terry though, getting just yammed. Wade, James.
Maybe Splitter brings on Terry as his assistant, and then like we bring Nurk back, just the 3 amigos that just got absolutely just stuffed by Braun.
Braun
dunked on 2 of them. Braun
Jason
stuffed
Terry.
Splitter. Yeah, and then he absolutely just dragged his nutsack over Nurk's head.
Yeah. He made Yusuf Nurkic a screensaver.
Oh my gosh. If you're getting an elite call from the announcer that got his player dunked on, you know it's a crazy dunk.
Yeah.
Speaking of them, I really liked hearing Kevin and
he was getting hyped.
Whatever his name.
Dude, the vibes were so good last night, bro. Just take me back when we were up like 7.
Yeah. Well, we will ideally the next pod we're just talking basketball, but we might still be this could be lingering a week from now. Probably will be.
It will be, considering our coach is an alleged felon.
It's insane.
Chauncey.
It's insane. Well, comment down below we're gonna get the comments about Chauncey, but if you're watching at this point, comment what you loved about the game last night, just like Blazer basketball, because I will be very eager to read those comments over anything that has to do with Chauncey. But we appreciate you guys watching. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, and if you don't already know, we got NBA trivia over on TikTok and Instagram. That's rcr.trivia on those pages, so make sure to go check those out if you're into that type of stuff. We will see you guys next time. Peace out.